Hello, welcome to our latest episode of Gen 3's Actionable Insights, where we provide performance marketing and affiliate strategies for driving your business results. Today, we're very excited to have Rob from Levanta to talk about game-changing growth, how Amazon sellers can now join their D2C peers to benefit from affiliate publisher relationships. Welcome, Rob from Levanta. So, Rob, please introduce yourself and explain a little bit why anyone should listen to you today.
Thanks so much for having me, Carrie. Really excited to be chatting with the Gen 3 crew. Why people should listen to me? I would say, unless I'm talking about affiliate marketing or baseball, you probably shouldn't be listening to me. But in this case, we check one of those boxes. I think I mentioned this to you before. I consider myself to be a little bit of an affiliate existentialist, and what I mean by that is I'm always questioning, like, what is the purpose of this? What is the meaning of what we're doing here? And
Yeah,
I think with that sort of like philosophy around the industry, like you ask a lot of good questions and you come up with a lot of like unique perspectives. And I think
yeah.
that's what's actually led me to start a couple of the companies that I've started and have a sort of unique value prop, unique positioning, and have success with that. I've started Levanta, which I'm the co-founder and CMO of now. And I previously started Grovia, which was acquired by an affiliate agency a couple of years back.
Hmm.
But that's me, yeah.
Great. Well, thanks. I mean, definitely, you bring a lot of interesting insight to the industry and obviously to this call today. So, tell us a bit, like, how do you explain to, your great aunt or people outside the industry, how do you explain what you do?
Yeah, I do have a story for my grandmas and my great aunts that is around like a lemonade stand analogy, but I think that kind of is more affiliate marketing in general. I
Hmm.
mean, put more simply, when I'm talking to my friends and whatnot, I'm usually like, "Hey, you ever bought anything on Amazon?" Which the answer is always yes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And and then, do you ever go to Google and search best hair dryer or best air purifier, and
Hmm.
click on an ad or click on the first result, go to a page, and you see a link to a product that goes to Amazon? Well, that's us. Now that usually makes people scared that like everything on the internet's a lie. So I have to talk about editorial integrity and stuff. But
Yeah.
that's like the most basic way I explain to people.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, simplifies it a bit. Yeah, thanks. So, we always ask as our icebreaker here, if you were to create a sandwich, what would it be and where would you distribute or sell it?
Ooh. Um, I don't know if this qualifies as a sandwich so much, maybe a breakfast sandwich, but when we had first started Levanta, I was actually living in Buenos Aires in Argentina, and they have these things called media lunas, which are little, like really sweet croissants. But I would always get a media luna with jamon y queso, ham and
Yeah,
cheese,
that
and I
sounds
had
so
one
good.
like every single morning. Yeah, you should definitely have one. And in fact, um, I don't even want to sell them. I just want the world to know, like, go have these. If you've got like a local Argentinian cafe, I know there's one in Seattle and New York and LA. Go try Media Luna. They're so good. Um, but if I had to sell them, maybe I would use my lemonade stand analogy. I would. It's pertaining to affiliate marketing. I could have a little sandwich stand, and I'd have one guy going door to door handing out flyers, and one guy with a sign on the corner with a different QR code, and somebody handing out coupons on the block. That's my little affiliate marketing crew. All my affiliates working for me to sell sandwiches.
I love it. I love it. And now I definitely want to try one. So, um, great. So you've shared a little bit about your history, but tell us a bit more about kind of in your career within affiliate marketing. How have you seen the evolution and what has really stood out to you the most?
Yeah, it's interesting. So you've mentioned that I have kind of a long affiliate career, which I've been in the space for 7 years. The interesting thing about affiliate marketing is like there's so many lifers that have been in
Yeah,
affiliate marketing for their entire career. I know so many people that have done it for 20
true.
plus years. It's a 35-year-old industry. But in my time, The thing that I've noticed the most is, and you'll hear me talk about this a lot, is the concept of incrementality, right? And I think that as time has gone on over the past decade, people, brands, agencies alike have really started to focus more on incrementality. The early programs that I would jump into and take a look at, I mean, they were all cash back and coupon. And don't get me wrong at all. Like those types of affiliates, they absolutely have their place in the industry. But I think nowadays you'll look and you'll see that a lot of these programs are going to have more content, influencer, media buyers,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
likes. And you'll find a lot that are no coupon and cash back at all. So I think there's been a little bit of a shift there. I think brands have started to really understand the concept of incrementality, but you'll even see programs or brands nowadays that have two separate programs, one for all of their coupon cashback and one for all their content influencer. I find that really interesting. So I think that's the biggest change I've seen. But I mean, lots of new tools, ever evolving industry.
Yeah.
Probably could talk about that kind of stuff for the whole show.
Yeah, definitely. I know. I think that's what's the most fascinating, I think, is that it's always evolving. Even I've been in it for a year and I've already seen the changes, including Levanta. So, tell us a bit about Levanta and how you came up with the idea.
Yeah. So Levanta at a high level, we're an affiliate network, so a lot like an Impact, CJ, Win, but specifically for Amazon sellers. And I
Hmm.
guess maybe we'll get more into the technical
Yep.
piece of things later down the line here. But as far as how we came up with the idea, when we had started our previous company, one of our biggest clients for Grovia was a company called Mohawk, which is now called Ethereum. I'm throwing out a bunch of names nobody's probably ever heard of. But it's interesting because Tyrion is an Amazon aggregator at its core. They sell tons of different products and brands on Amazon. They also have a D2C Shopify store. So they had come to Grovia, which was an affiliate recruitment agency, and they'd asked, "Hey, can you recruit affiliates for our brand?" And so we started doing it, recruiting affiliates into their Impact program. And they're like, "Hey, actually, can you get them to promote our Amazon products in stores?" And we're like, "No, it's not how it works. We can't do that." They're like, "No, actually, we have this tool called Deal Mojo, and Deal Mojo, again, at its core, is kind of like Levanta. It was a way for them to track sales from affiliates for their Amazon products. Anyways, things kind of went on. Grovia was acquired by Acceleration Partners. I took over as VP of Strategic Initiatives, where my big thing was, hey, Amazon accounts for 40% of US e-commerce sales. Like, why are we not providing a service there? And AP was like, yeah, let's try it. So we started bringing clients onto this platform called Deal Mojo, which was built by a brand, which automatically made it kind of a funky setup. Those tests were immense failures. We could not
Okay.
scale Amazon
Yeah.
affiliate programs on this platform. And look, this platform was fairly groundbreaking. It laid the foundation for kind of a lot of what we're doing here today. But there were a lot of gaps in it that made it difficult to fit into like the existing affiliate ecosystem, the existing affiliate workflows, and it just didn't work for us. So I basically said, hey, like, why can't we build this ourselves? We know how affiliate marketing works. We know what affiliates need. Well, I pitched the idea to the company that acquired us, and they basically said no. So they said, hey, but you can go build it yourself. We're not going to stifle entrepreneurship. Go do it. So myself and my two co-founders that were the same founders as Grovia, we went on, started Levanta, and here we are.
I love it. Amazing. And no, it makes so much sense because of the volume of sales that go through Amazon and the comfort that shoppers have with purchasing through Amazon, even when they have a choice of D2C or Amazon. So definitely a brilliant idea. And, a little bit what we
Thank you.
talked about was, yeah, a little bit what we've talked about was how it really is game changing for our industry, for
Mm-hmm.
CPG and manufacturer brands that don't currently have their own brand.com or D2C
Yep.
site, but also for the publishers. So, Yeah, talk a bit more about that perspective and like what these brands should recognize, both publishers and brands should recognize that it is how game changing it is.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's game changing for all parties involved. It's game changing for brands of all types, ones that just sell on Amazon, brands that sell omni-channel, CPG brands that mostly sell retail. It's big for affiliates, as you mentioned.
Mhm.
Like it's big for agencies. Otherwise, we wouldn't be
Yeah.
talking. It's on the brand side. When we're looking at just brands in general, you know, affiliate marketing has been around forever. Brands want to use affiliate marketing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Traditionally, it's been kind of contained to the D2C Shopify ecosystem, not
Yeah.
just Shopify, but anyone who's got their own site. Um,
Mhm.
then now all of a sudden we're opening up the doors for brands that also sell on Amazon to be able to work with affiliates, where traditionally when you're out there recruiting affiliates, you have to fight against Amazon. You have to say, hey, I'd love for you to actually link to our direct to consumer site because frankly we can't track your performance on Amazon, so we
Right.
can't pay you, we have no visibility. So that was a huge headache for my agency. I'm sure it is for yours.
Mhm.
You're having to fight against the behemoth that is Amazon. So, I now say if you can't beat them, join them. We're enabling that mentality. So we're opening up this new channel where brands can work with affiliates that want to promote Amazon. There are many reasons they want to promote Amazon. It is the highest converting shopping cart in the world. So affiliates are going to keep sending traffic there. Now you can give them an additional incentive to promote your brand on Amazon over the next. To your point about retail, traditionally they don't have a .com, they don't have their D2C website at all.
Mhm.
They sell on Amazon, they sell in retail, and that's sort of their big channels. They're having to, really focus on brand marketing. That's their biggest lever they
Yeah.
have. So, like,
Yeah.
L'Oreal, for example, L'Oreal, but they can't start an affiliate program. I think that Levanta is game changing for them in that like these big, Fortune 500 CPG brands, L'Oreal, Kellogg's, Unilever, P&G, like all of a
Mhm.
sudden the massive $7 billion affiliate industry is available to them too, which unlocks some prospects for you. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been interesting.
Definitely. And I think, as we talked about, like I've spent much of my career in the Amazon e-commerce space going back to when Amazon advertising was new and they were fighting for advertising dollars with Google. We I published a Age of Amazon paper in 2016 that was groundbreaking at the time and now just table stakes. But, I think to your point, it's like these brands invest so much in the branding side of it, and then once the traffic is on Amazon, so much money in or other retail sites. There's so much money spent in the retail media networks, and
Yeah.
that's where Amazon's generating so much of their revenue. So where I see the opportunity here really is additionally, Amazon doesn't want to keep paying Meta and Google for the traffic to Amazon. So this way
Right.
the brands are picking up some of the responsibility of driving traffic to their product pages. So it seems like from that perspective, very valuable for all parties or mutually beneficial,
Yeah.
as we say a lot in this industry.
It's definitely a win for Amazon too. That's one of the parties I didn't mention. I mean, this
Yeah,
this is all enabled by Amazon. Their idea here with the attribution API is to enable brands and sellers to drive as much external traffic as possible. I mean, by doing that, they're basically creating this army of marketers out there driving more traffic to Amazon instead of them having to
mhm,
do everything. It's like,
yeah,
hey, this is kind of your own affiliate program as well. So yeah, it's
yeah.
worked for them.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think too, the other aspect as well is we have a lot of clients coming to us more and more interested in the performance PR angle of
Mm,
affiliate. Like you were saying, the publisher sites, the more upper funnel that aren't necessarily discounts, cashback, coupons, but just awareness and traffic driving, full funnel because they have that purchase capability. And I think that's where the CPG and manufacturing brands are also going to really
yeah.
benefit. It's like now they can be in Good Housekeeping or Glamour, or Men's Health, and be able to track the performance and reward the publishers that are driving that. So it seems to me like it's, like we keep using the phrase game changing, but it opens up so many more advertising opportunities, but also
Right.
optimization and performance.
Absolutely. I know. I can't even imagine coming from like the brand world and being like, what, we can get attribution all of a sudden? Like,
Yeah,
what are they going
yeah.
to do with all that data?
Yeah, but it's true, and I think tracking, again, where I see, going back to when Amazon was pulling budget from Google, I
Mm,
see this as a bit more of, pulling budget from Google and Meta as well, of trying to
mm,
drive it through the publishers to Amazon. So anyway, lots of benefits here, and I hope that the CPG and manufacturing brands that don't have their D2C sites are sitting up and listening to
yeah.
this opportunity. So switching gears a bit, tell us a bit about how it works and how you're able to track. I know a big question that keeps coming up is, well, we have Amazon Associates. Like, how is this different?
Hmm.
So dive in a bit there, please.
Yeah, sure. So maybe I'll start with the Amazon Associates side. So Amazon Associates obviously been around forever, and it is an incredibly lucrative affiliate program for Amazon and for the affiliates even. But from the seller or the brand perspective, Amazon Associates is a complete black hole. There's
Mhm.
no impact CJA win like experience. They don't have a platform. They have no visibility into what affiliates are driving sales to their
Mhm.
products. So that's consequently it's just not a channel that they can invest in. So, anyways, Amazon eventually launched what's called the Attribution API, or Amazon Attribution, if you will. And basically, it allows Amazon sellers to track external sources. It's almost like a Google Analytics for an Amazon seller.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Levanta, basically, we integrate with the Amazon Attribution API so that we can create sort of this affiliate network-like experience that sellers have otherwise been lacking. Now, we have to integrate with every single seller's individual Amazon Attribution API,
Mhm.
which that's
Mhm.
how we grow. We sell our software to the Amazon sellers, but by connecting with hundreds and hundreds of sellers and brands, getting us access to 120,000 Amazon products, we're able to make those available for affiliates to promote. So a brand will come connect their attribution API, we'll pull on their products, they'll set commissions, and then those products are discoverable by affiliates on the other side of our platform. When an affiliate wants to promote one of those products, they could come into our platform, create a link. And when I say link, it's really a set of attribution parameters that they can
Mhm.
append to their existing Amazon links, if they'd like.
Oh, great.
And that allows us to track clicks, conversions, add to carts, sales, and then, of course, calculate commissions and pay out all the affiliates just like an affiliate network.
That's great. And so it provides so much more data and tracking and optimization. So, Um, and talk more about the features, or I guess the benefits to the brands when they have all of that data, and kind of what levels of data you're able to track.
Yeah. So I think the first thing, by having sort of that transparency into being able to track the performance of an individual affiliate, well, you get to determine if like they're a valuable affiliate to you or
Yeah.
not.
Hmm.
And you can control the incentives, like you can control the commissions that you offer them or the flat fees. Whereas again, with Amazon Associates, you don't get to do that. Amazon
Yeah.
Associates kind of sets those commissions at a product category level. So there's no way to stand out from the competition other than just having a better product,
Yeah.
which you probably want to do anyways.
Hmm.
But by having the ability to increase these incentives, like you'll inherently drive more traffic. But then there's more benefits beyond that. I think just generally having the insight into where your traffic is coming from is valuable, and being able to
Yeah.
turn off sources that you don't want to work with, I think is also valuable. One thing that's here's an advanced tip that won't be available to every single brand, but um, anyone that's got access to Amazon DSP, which
Hmm.
I'm going to assume is probably most of these big CPG brands we were mentioning earlier,
Yep.
they have very few levers for retargeting Amazon traffic.
Hmm.
Any traffic that comes through Amazon attribution is actually then retargetable, as in I can build retargeting campaigns specifically to deliver ads both on
Mhm.
Amazon and off Amazon to anyone that came through my affiliate traffic, which like this is something that now you're probably like one of three people that even know that. I haven't really talked about it much, but I think it could be a huge thing for the right
Yeah.
brand.
No, that makes a lot of sense, and I think it goes back to historically when you're driving sales through a retail site, you don't own your data. You don't own your customer. You don't, yeah, to your point, you don't have insight. And so I think it is game changing on so many levels. And I think you were saying for the granular data that you're collecting at the kind of product level, you're able to get clicks and conversions and add to cart and sales data, right?
Right.
Or like the every kind of level. The data that you need to know how it's performing. If someone's actually
Right.
going to the site and not or to Amazon purchasing, not purchasing, and then commissioning
Right.
back on the sales, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have pretty much the same data you're going to get on the D2C side. As you mentioned, clicks, add to carts, conversions, sales,
Mhm.
commissions. I'd say one of the downfalls, just to throw in a con, so it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like I'm fully biased, is you're obviously going to not get the same granular user level data. This is part of
Mhm.
Amazon's data
Yeah.
privacy protection.
Mhm.
They don't want you to be able to pass in like any unique user
Right,
identifiers.
right.
And so eventually you will get order level data on the back end, but it is a little bit difficult to tie a conversion back to the initial click that
Right.
has sort of some troubles.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, there's still some protection of consumer data, which obviously is important as well.
Yeah.
Great. And so you had talked a bit about from the marketplace perspective and how brands are not necessarily looking for the coupons and loyalty. I know so many of the brands that call us are saying we just want content. So are there other kind of benefits there, from that perspective of driving the content and the versus coupons?
Yeah, I don't think this was necessarily on purpose with Levanta, but it just so turns out that the majority of the revenue driven through our marketplace is going to be incremental revenue. We work with content sites and media buyers, influencers, Facebook groups, so on and so forth. And they're driving a good bulk of the revenue through Levanta. If you were to go to a traditional affiliate platform or network, you'd probably see that like Retail Me Not or Honey or
Yeah.
Capital One Shopping, probably driving a
Mhm.
lot of the revenue in those big platforms. That's just not the case for us. It could be partly like the use case, it could be the nature of Amazon. Not exactly sure, to be honest.
Mhm.
But I think that it's turned out to be a good selling point for us, in that we say this a lot. Like, hey, it's not that we don't want to support cashback and coupon. It's just that we don't. it
Yeah.
hasn't
Yeah.
it hasn't really worked out that way. So yeah, I think that's been a big sort of a selling point when we're talking to like traditional affiliate managers.
Yeah. No, it definitely creates so many opportunities. And so you talked about it's better suited for some types of brands than others. So share a bit of what types of brands do really well through your platform.
Yeah, I think it not so much this works better for some brands than others. I think that different subsets of affiliates in our network will do better for some brands rather than
Hmm.
others. Like
Yep.
we work with media buyers. So again, if you go back to my example earlier, if you search best curling irons or best dehumidifiers, you're
Yep.
gonna see a lot of Google ads to like a buyer's guide or a buyer's
Yeah.
report or things like this. Those types of affiliates, they love sort of like high priced, like high
Hmm.
intent, low
Hmm.
consideration type of products
Yeah.
with high commissions. That they're able to drive hundreds of thousands of dollars a month to the right product, but it's harder for those guys to justify buying Google ads for a $20 set of socks.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but those $20 set of socks do better with different types of affiliates. They might do better with influencers and Facebook groups. It might do better with different types of media buyers that are maybe buying social ads that need like really low price, low consideration type products. So I
Hmm.
think in our network, there's something for everyone. Um, Now that's not a guarantee. Like no matter what brand comes on is going to be successful. Like we have a pretty low churn rate, but
Yeah.
like people do churn, and I would say like products that don't work well are if you just sell paper clips on Amazon. You know, like it's tough for affiliates to want to promote a box of paper clips. So like there are certain types of products that may not make sense.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And from the publisher perspective, we've already seen with our clients working through your platform that they're very eager to pick up the Amazon links and the products like the CNN and that, the more high profile types of publishers, are really leaning into that. So it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had, I would expect it to be much harder for us to get a lot of those big media companies on board. You know, your CNNs,
Mhm.
or New York Magazine, and the likes.
Yeah.
They've loved it. They've loved it, and they've come
Yeah.
on. You know, we're only really a year and a month old, and we've got a lot of those big players on board. And I'm hoping that this year we'll have all of them. We'll see.
Yeah. So you talked about multiple halo effects of the benefit of driving that external traffic to the brand product detail pages. Talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, so it's funny. Like we use halo effects for two kind of completely separate things that are both super important to this. From the affiliate perspective, halo effect means I can send traffic to Amazon, especially with associates, and even if the user ends up purchasing a product that wasn't the initial
Hmm.
product that they clicked to, I'm going to get that commission. With
Right.
Amazon Associates, the halo effect is Amazon wide. With Levanta, the halo effect is sort of brand wide. But the
Hmm.
good news is, I haven't mentioned this yet, for now at least, affiliates can use Amazon Associates and Levanta in parallel. So you can get both commissions at the same time. Um, Now, the other halo effect, which is equally important on the brand side, is the more traffic that you drive from external sources, so Levanta, the more affiliate traffic that you drive, the better you're going to rank organically on Amazon. You know, this external traffic is one of the biggest levers for increasing your organic rank. So, what a
Hmm.
lot of brands will do on our platform is set their commissions basically at a point where they're going to break even on that sale. They're not going to profit, knowing that the more that's going to drive more traffic because affiliates are more incentivized, and that traffic is of course going to increase their organic rank. They're going to drive more organic sales. They can invest back in the affiliate program. Kind of creates this flywheel effect. So kind of two sides there.
Great. No, thank you. It's so many benefits. So can you share a bit? Can you share a bit of how a brand can use associates, Amazon associates with Levanta?
Yeah, so when you say brand, I assume you mean like the publisher
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, theoretically, you can use both systems in tandem. Meaning,
Hmm.
you can have an Amazon link, you can have your associates tag, and then you can have your Levanta attribution parameters sort of in that same link. Um, this allows the affiliate to essentially double dip. Which is really crazy right now. Like it's
Hmm.
hugely beneficial to the publishers because they were already benefiting from Amazon Associates. Yes, the rates were low, but they still did it anyways. Now
Yeah.
all of a sudden you can get quadruple, even more, the commission. The technical side, of course, like as I just mentioned, you just kind of marry the parameters. With Levanta, we actually have a 14-day cookie window instead of a 24-hour cookie window. And then I mentioned the halo effect is a little bit more narrow with
Yep.
Levanta. But one thing that's really interesting to me is that our EPC in isolation, so for affiliates, the earnings per click is around 51 cents on average across all of Levanta. Something like I did a study on 2 million clicks. A different study that shows just Amazon Associates, 2 million clicks, the EPC for Amazon Associates was like 7 cents. So Levanta in isolation theoretically is more profitable for the affiliate. Um, so in a world where maybe that double dipping doesn't exist, which I could very well see that happening, we'll
Yeah.
see. I got to root for Levanta here. We have
Yeah.
a much higher APC, so just
Yeah.
plug in that while I can.
No, that's great. So this makes so much sense. So publishers that are already seeing success from a volume perspective for Amazon Associates, if they work with a brand that's partnered with Levanta, uh, they can add that Levanta link, the Amazon attribution tracking, to that same link, and
Yeah.
basically just multiply the revenue that they're generating. So it's um, again, so many benefits, especially for those brands that depend on Amazon for sales. Yeah, and one last piece that we didn't touch on was the additional benefit for 3P sellers through Amazon. Do you want to just about the 10% earnings back that they can earn?
We talked about the organic rank boost that a brand can get from, or a seller can get from external traffic. Well, in addition to that, we have what's called the brand referral bonus. So Amazon is basically offering a kickback to brands for any sales that they drive from external sources. Amazon's going to give them 10% back as a bonus on all of those sales. It comes in the form of sort of a break in their Amazon fees, their
Hmm.
marketplace fees,
Hmm.
but it feels like you're getting a 10% bonus. So
Yeah.
yeah, another huge benefit.
Great. So we've talked about all of the benefits. You want to share? I know you have a great success story with Ella Bella. Want to dive into that a bit?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, right? As you were saying that, my Slack notification mute decided to turn off, and Bella was slacking me right now. So let me mute that while I answer the question. I'll of course get back to them, but Bella is a great case study. They started out as a pretty small sort of one man, two man pop up shop selling curling irons and straighteners on Amazon.
Mhm.
They took the gamble early on with us and basically said affiliate marketing, I'm in, and they connected to Levanta, set their commissions at a pretty high rate, still profitable. I think they set their commissions at like 25%.
Mhm.
And they basically turned the affiliate channel into like what we expect this year to be like upwards of a $10 million channel for just Bella and one of their auxiliary products, which is a smart lock. So I mean, it's just crazy to see like these brands that you've never heard of. Like you'd probably
Mhm.
never know Bella prior to all this, and actually, as a result of this, people are starting to recognize the brand. Like if you
Yeah.
go to Reddit and search "best curling iron," you'll start to see people talking about Bella in those communities. So I think that's one of the benefits of affiliate marketing that people forget is this is like, yeah, we can track these clicks and conversions, but like also it's amazing for brand awareness. Um, and then the organic rank that we just talked about, we're driving so much
Yeah.
more sales through that organic side for Bella than they previously were, just because so much traffic is coming from their affiliate program. So I mean, they're really getting the best of it.
Yeah, definitely. No, and congrats on the success to Bella. That's very impressive. Um, Great. And I know, so for us in our partnership, it's our benefits are that we're excited about are expanding the reach and channels that we're helping our clients sell through. And then we're bringing on a number of brands that only sell through Amazon. So I think for the affiliate marketing world and for the CPG and marketers out there, this is so much growth potential, and we're excited to be along for the ride with you. So, and now we ask all of our guests to end with an actionable insight, something that that brand advertisers or affiliates could act on today. Like, what would be your actionable insight to share today?
Oh man, I mean, I'm gonna sound like a broken record here. um, Man, really, like it's hard for me to talk about much else because this is just growing so quickly and really
Yeah.
a huge benefit to brands. I would just say if you are a brand that has an affiliate program D2C today and it's going well, uh,
Hmm.
just see what's going to happen on the Amazon side. I guarantee you'll be happy to check it out. Give this a shot. They're Levanta, and then even our competitors. There are now like smaller companies that are popping up doing this that are frankly cheaper than us. Give it a try.
Yeah.
You can open up this channel and test it out and just see what potential it has in store. For most brands, I think they'll be pleasantly surprised. Does that count as an actionable insight?
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you, Rob, so much. Again, we're very excited for working with Levanta and the game-changing benefits to many in our industry. So thank you, and we look forward to having you on again in the future.
Thanks so much, Carrie. Appreciate the time, and thanks for having me.
Great. Thank you.